Welcome back to the I Do Crew podcast with Jen and Emma. Please like, subscribe, rate, review our podcast on the platform you listen or watch us on. We really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being here with us every single week, apart from the last 3.
Well, you might have been there, but we weren't.
Somebody asked me the other day, oh, what happens after true or false? We took a 3-week vacation from the podcast.
Without unplanned vacation, just sort of happened.
Yes. Would you
Well,
like to tell our 7 listeners where you've been, Em?
so building a kitchen, doing lots of wedding season for us has started, so lots of wedding prep and venue visits. Done a couple of beautiful events. Busy. Just couldn't find time to. Our schedules just didn't match, did they, Jen? What have you been up to?
You've also had your bathroom done.
The bathroom has been done, yeah.
That is breaking news this week, I would say.
So we went from a bathroom that was fully tiled in, them sort of blue and white tiles, but forget Bridgerton cuteness, more dark blue and white tiles with the naked lady pouring the jug type tiles in our bathroom, and it was there's like a big center tile that had like the lady pouring the jug out.
I do not recall that tile.
No, well, obviously it wasn't ingrained in your brain like it was mine.
No.
So we got lovely new bathroom with a new shower and big soaking tub. It's lovely. We just need to do a bit of painting and stuff, but yeah, it's really nice. Happy.
It looks stunning. It looks like what I presume the bathrooms at the Mandarin Hotel, Hyde Park, look like.
I'll post a picture, shall I, after this podcast, and we can see what people think.
Yeah.
If it's Mandarin Hotel styly worthy.
Maybe we should do rate or hate on your new bathroom.
I don't think I could take the criticism, to be quite honest. I'm like walking on tightrope. Any criticism might just push me over the top. What have you been up to, Jen?
Well, moved house. So if you're watching on the old YouTube channel, different background.
Yeah.
We moved in 4 weeks ago today.
Wow, it's been 4 weeks.
4 weeks already. And Ian's unpacked nothing. Not a single thing.
Not rush these things, can you, Jen?
I've unpacked everything I own. The kitchen, downstairs is all done. My office, all of my clothes. I've even swapped my wardrobes from winter clothes to summer clothes.
Wow.
Unpacked it all perfectly organised. Ian's yet to unpack a single box.
But that just strikes me that all of his stuff is a load of useless crap. Because if you really needed it, you would have needed to find it in them 4 weeks. So everything that he hasn't unpacked yet could probably just go straight in the bin, couldn't it?
Throw it in the bin. Throw it out the window. Goodbye.
Oh, that sounds like a great plan. I'm sure he'll love that.
We also had Ian's wedding a couple of weeks ago, was it? Week and a bit ago.
That's an inside joke, everybody. Jen had planned a really, really great birthday party for Ian. And it was like a wedding. It was organised to perfection. And it was black tie event, and we did the styling and all the flowers and everything. And I even, as a joke, because we were calling it Ian's wedding, made him a little flower pocket square. Which is great.
It was so cute. I mean, you say it was a joke, but I loved his floral pocket square. I thought it was great. Yeah. We should have done rate or hate on the outfits, shouldn't we? Who was your best dressed at his wedding?
Let me think. Um,
While you're thinking about that, somebody told me that you were their best dressed of the night.
well, what can I say, everyone?
And my mum didn't even recognise you.
I know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, though.
She's like, Emma, who? I was like, that's Emma. Who's Emma? You know, Emma that you watch every week on YouTube. Emma. Oh, didn't even recognise her.
Yeah. I
Um,
did, I did, I did feel quite, it was quite nice to get all dressed up in our black tie. You know, all the girls had black, but black or white dresses, but most of us wore black. It was really nice.
yeah, it was really nice. In all the pictures, it just looks perfect.
Yeah,
Definitely would recommend a dress code for your wedding after
yeah.
that.
It was really cool. It was really cool. I even had an outfit change.
Love an outfit change. You know me.
Yeah.
Go
I don't know
big or
if that was
go
because
home.
I don't know if that was more because you were feeling really poorly and just needed to get the dress off, or
Yeah.
if the outfit change was part of the proceedings, but it was pretty cool.
It was planned, but I was relieved to be wearing trousers and what felt like joggers.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good. I did have to
So,
take my Spanx off halfway through the night because they were just getting tighter and tighter after all the focaccia we were eating. Have a little sit down in the venue, in the quiet. I think that's me getting old.
we're not talking about your Spanx for the
No,
next
sorry.
40
No.
minutes, unfortunately, because I think there's a lot to talk about there. We are, in fact, talking about 2024 wedding prep. So as Em said, summer season and wedding season is upon us.
Hmm.
So if you have your wedding in the next, let's call it 4 to 5 months, we're going to try and help you to prepare. Inspired by Em's recent post on our Instagram account.
Yeah. I noticed that as I was just going about my business, that I was starting to get some tan lines and thinking, oh, yeah, my skin's getting a nice golden glow. And I have to wear my Apple Watch for health reasons to monitor my heart. And every night I take it off to charge it, and my watch strap line was getting darker and darker and darker. And then I just thought, oh, brides need to take their watch off now because the last thing you want to wear, unless you're wearing a beautiful little jewelry watch, you don't really want to wear your Apples or your Garmin down the
No,
aisle, do you?
no, you don't.
But so you need to take the watch off now so your tan line is not there by the time you walk down the aisle because you can cover it up to some extent with makeup, but it will start to wash off when you wash your hands and you've gone to the loo and stuff, and so it will be there. So
And
take,
also, when you do the classic, hand with your rings and your new husband vibes, your wrist is going to be in that.
yeah, wrists are on show a lot in a
And I
wedding.
wear my Garmin on the left. I'm obviously not wearing my rings right now, but this is my ring hand.
Yeah. So
And I don't
take,
think it's just watch straps. So I was outside on Sunday scrubbing the disgusting windows downstairs. There's loads of bird poo on them. Too much information. And literally just doing that, I could feel the sun on my skin. T-shirt lines were coming.
yes. So you need to be really careful about t-shirt lines and strap top very
Straps.
tight
Yeah.
lines. I personally, my advice would be try and stay out of the sun. I
Or
wouldn't, well, I wouldn't say now's the time to get your tan on, unless you're like going somewhere and lying naked, because you will get funny tan lines. So just stay out the sun completely and get a spray tan 2 months before your wedding, and then go and get a spray tan I think it's about 3 days before.
yeah.
I wouldn't be naturally tanning in the sun.
I wouldn't either, but I would just
Sunglass
burn.
lines. Yeah, you'll either burn and then you'll be peeling on your wedding day, or you'll have some sunglass lines or some funny like, oh, I forgot to put suntan lotion on this strip of my neck and that's burnt and everything else is brown. Just stay out the sun and get a
Also,
fake one.
cycling tans.
Oh,
That's
so
not good.
that sock lines,
Dock lines, yeah. It's a dicey time,
dicey time.
but do not panic. Um, uh, Before we started recording, I was starting to make a list of the things that I did during the summer before my wedding, and I'm a bit worried that it's going to start panicking people because I went in hard on preparations.
Yeah, I don't think you need to go in. I mean, if you're a go in hard kind of person, well, that's a snippet for Instagram, isn't it? If you're a all or nothing kind of person, then your
Yeah,
list is probably resonates. But my list is I went fairly easygoing. So I think we've got polar opposites.
yeah.
I did do a bit of prep, but I wasn't obsessive about it.
I would say that my wedding prep started a year and a half before my wedding
Yeah, mine wasn't.
because I had my teeth straightened. That
Yeah.
was like first on the list of
Yeah, so
things to do.
you did 12 months of Invisalign.
Yeah, and teeth whitening.
You
Look
don't need to do
around.
that, everyone.
Don't regret it now, do I?
Yeah.
No,
I know you don't regret it.
no. Best thing I ever did.
Yeah, they look great.
But you can't. So we have a friend whose wedding is later on in this year. He's been talking about getting Invisalign probably since 2019, I'd say. Too late now for the wedding.
Yeah.
He's just gonna have to suck it up and
It's definitely a 9 month thing, is it?
at
At
the
least.
least. If only if you've got minimal movement that needs to happen, I would say I had moderate crowding, so it took a little bit longer. And they what they do is, for anyone interested in Invisalign, make sure you book a consultation with a free scan because they do a 3D scan of your mouth and they show you the before, well, the current, and then after they tend to say 10 months if it's moderate crowding. This is what your teeth will look like after your 10-month treatment plan. Honestly, the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen in my life. It took a little bit longer because I was quite particular with I wanted them
Oh, really?
perfect.
You particular?
Yes.
I would not have guessed that.
So I think I had 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks added on to that 10-month period, and then that was me done.
And then do you still have to maintain them now? Do you wear something at night?
Yeah. So the dentist always tells me that I'm the perfect patient because I wear my retainer every single night. I also have wires behind the front and the back. That's sort of like your insurance to make sure they don't move anymore. Um, so yes. And the top has been described by dentists across the board as perfect alignment.
Yeah, they are. You because
Perfect.
your teeth are perfect alignment, but they're not like uh so like so flat that they look fake. It's like
No,
they're perfect and they're all the same size. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
money well spent. I
Yeah.
will say that till I'm blue in the face. If you are conscious about your teeth, like I was, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. I found it a really affordable way to do it. And the first dentist I went to was like, "Oh, we're going to have to remove this tooth, and then we're going to have to remove these." I don't want any removed because I don't want to cause any more problems later down the line.
Yeah.
Let's just fix the ones that we have.
But so that's the thing that if you're a 2025 bride, you can all green. You can
Start doing it now.
start doing it now.
Yeah.
Lifetime investment.
Hmm. One of the things on my list was, and I think this isn't high maintenance, or how did you describe it? go like you're gonna go all in,
Yeah, all in.
dedicated, with a whole list of things. Just
Obsessive.
yeah, just little weight loss.
Yeah.
I think that's achievable. Between, let's say you've got 8 weeks to go, you don't have to go crazy. You just have to
Well,
change a few things.
you can't go crazy because then your dress won't fit.
True. But there's still time, I would say, if you want to feel your best for yourself, do
Mhm.
not do it for anyone else. But if you want to lose a bit of weight, feel a little bit better, I think there's still time.
Yep.
I know a great online coach if anyone needs one.
Yeah, I did I was conscious of that. And about 3 months in, I sort of was a bit more conscious about what I was eating, but I wasn't really doing it with a goal in my head.
Mhm,
I knew my dress was going to be a bit tight because it was in the fitting. So I was more conscious not to put any on,
mhm.
actually lose any. And I didn't have any McDonald's for about 4 months, which was like an achievement for me.
That's a long time for you.
Yeah, that's why on my night off went into McDonald's with my wedding dress on. It's like, there you go, party. But yeah, I didn't really lose weight. I just didn't put any on.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it too. Just maintain.
Hmm. Yeah.
Teeth whitening was also on my list. Oh. Don't think I want to waste any more of the episode talking about my teeth though.
But talk about your perfect teeth, and then if you're watching, you'll see my little straggly little stragglers. Hey,
You've got fashionable teeth.
fashionable teeth,
Yes.
gap in the front.
Yeah. Supermodels would kill to have your teeth, so
Well, there we go then.
not going to be a Debbie Downer on your teeth today. One thing that I put down was aesthetics.
Oh yeah, that posh word for injectables,
Tweaks,
tweaky
enhancements.
enhancements. There we go. That's how we can package it.
Yes. I went into, well, first of all, if it's something that you want to do, I would suggest that it's a little too late for that now if your wedding is this summer. However, you can get skin boosters.
Yeah, like peels and stuff. You
Yeah, so
talking?
the skin booster goes in underneath the skin with I mean, I'm not an expert in any way whatsoever, but the skin boosters go in underneath the skin and they rejuvenate the skin from the inside out. So it gives you a really healthy, natural glow without any kind of filler, Botox, blah, blah, blah. You're not pushing anything permanent into your face. You're just giving your skin a little boost from the inside
Yeah,
out.
bit of radiance.
And microneedling,
Hmm.
again, not super permanent, not anything serious happening. It's just rejuvenating the skin from the outside going in. So it basically penetrates the skin to help it rejuvenate, freshen it up, repair so that you have a healthy, youthful glow that is sort of the not a quick fix, but
Yeah,
less invasive than anything super serious. I don't know, I'd quite like to get my eyelids done, I think, at some point. But take those hoods out and lift it up a little.
Jesus. Yeah,
Next season, guys.
that wasn't really a thing when I got married. It wasn't so. It was a Botox and things was definitely about, but it wasn't so available to um the common person.
Hmm.
It wasn't really got around as much then, so it didn't really come into my psyche.
Hmm. Brows are a big thing now, aren't they?
Yeah,
You can get semi-permanent ombre brows.
and you?
Yeah. So it's not like a hardcore tattoo line. It's a softer, natural looking
More if you were to like
semi-permanent brow.
put powder, when you sort of put powder in. rather than draw it with a pencil. Is it that
Yes.
kind of look?
Yes. Like a softer approach.
Yeah. The really, really defined brows are not so common anymore, are they? It
No.
is a more soft.
Yeah.
I would say if you're going to go and get your brows done, you need to go and get them done and before. Don't just go a week before your wedding and have them
Oh
done for the
no.
very first time. You need to go and make sure. So if you're getting married in sort of September, now go and have your first set done. Because if you hate them by then, they won't be so new,
Hmm.
and it gives you time to say, oh, actually, I like it a little bit higher or bolder or thinner or whatever for when you go and get them freshened up a couple of weeks before your wedding.
Hmm.
Not something you want to just go, I know what I'm going to do.
I've been mulling over semi-permanent eyebrows probably for the last 2 years, and I still haven't committed because as soon as I'm like, yes, I'm going to do it, I speak to one of my friends who says they're not going to look like that for the rest of the time. They're going to end up going a little bit grey. You're going to have to get them topped up. They're not just going to solve all of your problems. And then I just change my mind.
Yeah.
Do not rush into any drastic permanent measures.
I've never had my brows done. I've never even had them threaded or anything.
Never had a
They're just,
little lamination
no, it's
tint?
just all natural. Don't do anything with them. Put a little bit of uh what's the clear mascara stuff? Actually, for brows though, just to like keep them in place. Just leave them.
Like a brow gel.
I am actually just so naturally beautiful that I don't need
You
any
don't need it.
enhancement at all.
No. You don't need any of these enhancements. You've got the whole package.
Thank you, everyone.
And I think fringe helps because you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about anything above
Well,
the
I have got.
eyelid.
I did have Botox for a little while, and I really liked it because I have got a really emotive forehead. Um, but what I was finding is to stop the movement in my forehead and get rid of the lines in my forehead, the Botox was almost pushing my brows down.
Down?
And yeah, and it was making them heavy, and so my hooded eyes were getting even more hooded. So that's why I don't have the Botox in my head anymore, because it's allowing my eyes, which are already quite small, to have a bit more space because the weight of the Botox or the weight of the, I don't know, something,
The
but
muscle.
yeah, my eyebrows were going lower. They weren't drooping or anything, but it was
Maybe we could get our eyelids done together.
bog off.
Oh, yeah.
What else did you do?
What else did I do? This is going to sound, considering everything I've just said, I had pedicure.
Yeah, I had a pedicure too.
I don't like pedicures
Oh, okay.
because
So
I
that was a process.
don't like people touch my feet. Absolutely not. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to let them paint my toenails.
Yeah, you also had your toes on show in your shoes, didn't you? So
Yes.
it wasn't more important.
Yeah.
I had a pedicure too.
Just makes
I
you
think
feel a
that
bit
just makes you
nicer.
feel finished.
Yeah.
Nice gel polish on your nails. Lasts for a couple of weeks after.
Hmm.
I had mine done the day before. I had my toes and my nails done the day before.
I think I did mine the Wednesday, and then we were getting married on the Friday, and then also
Mm.
Saturday. So yeah, a couple of days
I
before.
actually I actually had somebody come to my house the night
Oh,
before, like the evening before, when me and my bridesmaids were. And they came and she did all of our toes and all of our nails, and we just sat. It was actually really nice. We just sat there watching some lovey-dovey film with a glass of champagne while she did our nails, and it was like a bit of a slumber party. It was
that
quite nice.
sounds great.
Yeah, it was nice.
That's a really good idea because then you can all have it done together.
Yeah,
One thing that my sister did before her wedding is she went with her best friend to have her wedding nails and her pedicure done, which I thought was really nice because they just
yeah.
spent some time just together before the big day.
Hmm.
Her best friend also got her nails done, and I just thought that's a really nice thing to do in the week of your wedding.
Yeah, I think so too. Because actually that week is quite stressful.
Mm.
Even if you're really organized and you've got all the suppliers doing everything, you start to get that sort of nervous energy and you start worrying about things even if they don't need to be worried about. So it's quite nice to just have something to do to relax.
Hmm. One thing that I was worrying about, which I was talking to one of my friends the other day, she also does my hair, was the colour of my hair. I think I had it highlighted 4 weeks before because it was 2 weeks before the hen do, and then it was 2 weeks until the wedding. And I was
Mhm.
panicking the week of the wedding that it wasn't blonde enough.
Yeah. So that is one. So I would say that I was quite chilled out on my whole approach. I did a little bit of being careful what I was eating, and I had my hair and nails done, and I had a spray tan like 3 days before. But the one thing that I did start, and that probably was an 18-month thing, was my hair. So as soon as I got engaged, off I went to my hairdresser and I said, right, I'm engaged. We've now got 18 months to get my hair as long, as thick, and as blonde dimensional as possible. And so I would go every 6 weeks or 6 to 7 weeks, just to keep it maintained. And he was trimming it often. We were getting it as long and thick and as blonde. It was not as blonde, but as like evenly blonde and dimensional as possible.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Did it?
So you,
Did you find that having it cut regularly helped it grow quicker?
yeah, because it doesn't snap.
Wish you'd told me
So
that.
I don't think it does. Let me think. I wouldn't say that it grows quicker, but it doesn't snap off as quick, so
It's
it feels
healthier.
thicker. Yeah.
So my version of that was I got a weave
Yeah. I suppose that's the other option.
because I have my hair done probably twice a year, and that
Mhm.
includes the cut.
Yeah. But a weaver's another way to go.
I also know that my hair is currently the thickest it's ever been, but that's because it's so much shorter than it ever has been before. And I knew that with the length, it wouldn't be thick enough for what I wanted. So the
Yeah.
weave was my only option because they didn't add any length to my hair. It was just thickness.
Yeah. Yeah, that is because if you've got a normal, very generalized statement, but if you've got a normal head of hair, you often don't have enough hair to do your
No,
Instagram or your Pinterest hairstyle,
no.
because even though it looks like it's just like a cute bun with some curls and some bits and bobs, there's a lot of hair in there to make it look like that.
Hmm.
So you either have to grow it longer or they have to put hair pieces in.
Yeah. But you can get so Foxy Locks, that's a affordable clip in.
Yeah, I had Foxy locks before.
You don't have to go down the whole weave route. You can
Yeah.
just, or tapes or anything like that. Foxy
And
locks,
they can
I
be
think, are
coloured
really good.
too. So you can buy some Foxy locks extensions and then go and get them coloured into so they match your hair.
Yeah, I've done that before. I've pretty much done everything that you could ever imagine. Although never have a lip filler or lip blush. That scares me a little bit. Permanent anything freaks me out a little bit. But the weave, just take that out. Clip-ins, take those out.
Hmm.
Spray tan, scrub that off.
Yeah,
Hair dye's a little bit more permanent, but if you're starting 18 months out, you have a plan.
yeah. And don't, I was just gonna say, and don't just decide to change hairdressers two
No,
weeks before your wedding either.
no.
If you've got a hairdresser that you love, and even if you've moved and they're like 3 hours away, drive 3 hours to get your hair done by them because they know your hair and they know what you like and they know how it reacts and you know you can trust them.
Mm,
Turning up to a random salon is risky. I mean, it'll probably end up fine because
did George do any prep?
no, he learned how to do a bow tie because I refuse. I refuse to let. I've refused to let them wear pre-done bow ties. I like the look of a hand untied bow tie because they're a little bit fluffier, and so he had to learn how to do bow tie, and he ended up doing everybody's bow tie because he was the only one who learned how to do a bow tie.
Oh,
Um, and he went and had his hair cut.
that's it.
That's it. What did Ian do?
So Ian decided he was going to start wedding shredding 8 weeks before the wedding.
Yeah,
So we started going to a personal trainer, and all was going well until the personal training, I think, induced his spinal problem.
yeah,
Because personal trainers are great if you have a really good one who is focused you're doing all of the time, focused on your form, focused on how much you're lifting so that it's safe, all of those sorts of things, aware of injuries and what that could mean. And just, yeah, there's lots that goes into a really good personal trainer. The one that we had before our wedding, I wouldn't say was a great slash good personal trainer because you could really tell she was quite distracted. I could see that he was doing it wrong, but she wasn't correcting him. And that wasn't
mm,
just on lunges or back work, it was on, and she just wasn't correcting his form. She wasn't attentive enough. So, yes, he also got his hair cut, but he got his hair cut too close to the wedding. So it was just too polished.
yeah,
He likes it grown out maybe by 4 or 5 days.
yeah. Week out. Yeah.
So he wasn't happy with that.
One thing that we did, Jordan and I did discuss was um whether he has a beard or not, because that's also a decision you can't make. If you've got a beard, you can't just shave it off the night before your wedding because you'll have tan line.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to decide a couple of months out if you're going to have a beard or not, because you need to shave it off so you don't have your tan line.
Yeah.
So that he kept the beard, but you have to make that decision, I think. So if you're getting married this summer, you need to have that conversation with your partner.
Now.
Yeah, because then they need to shave it off now so there's no tan lines.
Mm, didn't even think about that. Anything else on your list?
Um,
Shoes is on mine. Your wedding shoes, you need to be wearing them around your house
yes,
for
good
the
one.
probably the month building up to your wedding, just so that you know that they're comfortable, they fit right, you got used to them, particularly if it's men's shoes and you've gone with a hard leather. You don't want blisters or bleeding on your wedding day. Just wear those shoes. I was wearing them to my home office every day for a month.
That's a yeah, and it's both of you.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I had You had sexy wedded shoes. I had what I could only describe as wedding looking orthopedic shoes. So my shoes actually come free with my dress.
What?
Yeah, there was like, if you buy this dress, then you get a choice of accessory. So I obviously went for shoes because they're like the most substantial, expensive. So they were just like satin pumps with a little heel and a little bow on the front. There was absolutely nothing offensive about them, but the best thing about them was that they were all padded inside. So they were so comfortable.
Like a trainer?
Uh, I wouldn't say it was as padded, but yes, it had like around the heel and around the sides of the feet and where your ankle sits. It was padded.
Did you break them in beforehand, or
A
you didn't
little
need to
bit,
do
a
that?
little bit, but I didn't really need to. Yeah, it was a I was at the time I was like, oh, I didn't get to go and pick some really nice shoes. But on the day, I wasn't thinking about how my feet hurt at all.
Hmm.
Kept her on dancing all night.
That's good because I took my trainers so I could dance all night
Yeah.
because I didn't want to dance in heels the whole time. One other thing, your post-wedding apparel. So,
Yes.
wifey merchandise.
Yeah.
Also, Katie Loxton does lovely personalized bridal clutch bags right the way through to honeymoon luggage,
Hmm.
little passport holder, all of those sorts of things. And it's a really nice little treat to yourself.
Yeah.
You have Mrs., then you can have it embossed with your new initials if you change your name, or your old initials if you don't change your name. Just really nice.
Yeah. I thought so. I agree with you, but I thought you were going to say, um, like the night bag. And this might actually just be, this isn't really for this episode, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I thought after our wedding, we were just going to go back home. So I'd arranged for the cleaner to come and clean and tidy everything up because we were getting ready there in the morning so that we could go home and there was like clean sheets and everything was tidy and clean and everything. But Jordan had arranged for us to go off for a couple of nights in a hotel, which was absolutely lovely. I didn't. It was a real surprise. There was a special car that came for us to go off, and it was really, really nice. However, he hadn't really fully factored in what I was going to need for that overnight thing. So
Mhm.
he'd packed some pajamas, he'd packed some clean underwear and some jeans and a t-shirt for the next day, but he hadn't packed like a hairbrush or makeup remover. And you've got a lot of makeup on normally. And
And
so
you've got a lot to brush out of your hair.
yeah, exactly. So you need a good hairbrush and you need a good makeup remover and your cleanser and your face skincare. I mean, he had really tried, but they just don't know, do they, what you're
No,
gonna
no,
gonna
they don't.
need. And also TMI, but I came on my period and I didn't have anything that I needed for that, and so it was all just. So I would say start having a conversation about if there's any surprises or if there's anything that you're doing that
Or just pack a bag
just
just
pack a
in
bag
case.
and put it in a box that's at the wedding somewhere
Yeah.
with all your stuff, and then you know that you've got everything you need if there is a surprise holiday or if because I was caught short and
Mm,
it was just a bit uncomfortable,
mm.
and there was nowhere to go. He couldn't just pop out and get anything.
Well,
So
how did you take your makeup off?
just with a flannel and water. So it didn't really come off because I had like waterproof eye makeup on,
Yeah,
but you know it was fine.
yeah.
But
And
it's that kind of.
also, you could have packed your own wifey tracksuit
I know.
and your wifey for lifey flip-flops
Yeah,
and
I
your
think
just
that would have been great.
just married luggage.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah. So I don't think I think my key there is start having some conversations about if there are any surprises. Um, maybe speak to somebody, maybe get a girlfriend involved, or
Hmm. Your
um,
bridesmaids or something to say, what do you think
and I
she'd
think,
need?
in all fairness to Jordan, I think he did, but it was a bit of a last minute thing. So they were scrambling around trying to pack a bag while I was getting my dress on because it was. I think he sort of all of a sudden realised
Mm.
that he hadn't really sorted that out, so they couldn't find everything they needed, and it was all a little bit of a panic, I think, but
Mm,
it all worked out in the end. But
yeah.
so just like if you going into hospital to have a baby, you've got your emergency bag. Just have an emergency bag with some wet wipes
And your toothbrush.
and your tooth. I did have a toothbrush, in all fairness.
Then your retainer.
Oh yeah, so you would need your retainer.
I once
Some
forgot
people
my
might
retainer.
need some
Uh,
people might need contact lens solution or
yes. Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Lots to think about. I don't think I have anything else on my list.
I have a few things that I wish I'd done.
Okay.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
So I wish I had gone for a massage and a facial.
Oh, yeah.
Because I always, about a week after I've had one of them, maybe 2 to 3 days actually, I just feel really good, feel really nice. My muscles are a bit more relaxed. My face starts to glow. Um, so I wish I'd done that, because I think it would have relaxed me a little bit, made me feel really special,
Mm.
and I would have got the benefits from that.
You know what I wish I'd done?
What?
Lymphatic drainage.
Jen is all about the new procedures.
Get that excess, whatever it is, massaged out of the stomach area so that you are feeling good.
Yeah, none of that was around.
No.
It was around, but it's not. Yeah.
What else did you wish that you'd done?
Um, I wish that I had a spray tan one day, like one day before. So I had a spray tan 2 days before, and
Hmm.
I wish it was just I had one more day of settling in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because
because
I
the day
think,
after I felt that the color was a bit better.
uh, see, I think that's why most people tan on a Thursday because their Saturday night tan is the best version of the tan.
The day after.
So a good sort of 24, 48 hours is always
Two.
optimum tan.
Mm. So I did do the right thing, but
But your preference is 3 days.
mm.
Yeah.
Is that because I'm quite a pale person, and maybe it was just a bit too dark for me.
Mm. It didn't look
But I,
dark. It looked nice.
but what I did do is I did have a test one 3 weeks before,
Hmm.
just to make sure, because sometimes they react a little bit funny, and I don't have them on the regular. So, and
The
that one went better than the wedding one, which was a bit of a
yeah.
but you can't really tell.
I always like it when we see when we're doing a wedding, and if we set up the day before the wedding, and the bridal party come to just have a quick look at the venue, check in, maybe speak to, I don't know, us or someone else at the venue, and they've all had their spray tans. And
Yeah,
it's literally my favorite thing because you can just, yeah, oh yeah, you actually spray tan this morning.
yeah. They've all got their hair up in a bun, haven't they?
They're all wearing like brown or black clothing. Everything
Yeah.
is loose. I just love it.
Yeah. I do think a tan does a lot.
Hmm. Tan goes a long way.
Even if you've got a light tan and you haven't left it on for before you've washed it off, it kind of just gives you a healthy glow, and it gives everything just a slight bit more definition. It's especially if you're really pale,
Hmm.
like you're really quite pale, aren't you?
Yeah,
So it just
I
sort of
need something
it just
all
sort of
the time.
stops the flash reflecting so much.
And my
The
see-through
photo.
skin, yeah, it really
Wish it was a little
helps.
bit healthier.
I would just, that's, if I could buy something, a treatment, any treatment Give me an injection that means I will tan easily. That is the
They,
one thing that
they exist, don't they?
I know, but I've seen someone who's done it and they look like you know, so they look like this is going to sound really strange, but it reminds me of RoboCop.
What, silver?
Like their face looks like a robot,
Really?
and their skin looks like something from another planet. Like they really look like a machine version of themselves because they are so extraordinarily, outrageously tanned.
Oh yeah.
I don't want that.
No.
And I've honestly never seen anything like it before in my entire life. And I've seen a lot of things. It's kind of like, like bodybuilding competitions,
Yeah.
10 times worse than that.
Really?
Like it's 10 times darker than that.
So does the injection tan you, or does the injection make it so that you tan on a
I
sunbed
I'm
or
not
on the
sure.
sun better? Not sure.
I don't know. I think it means that you tan, like if you were on a sunbed, you tan more than you would normally.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this individual is taking it to the extreme. I mean I would share. It's I can't share who it is, but honestly never seen anything like that in outside of a movie setting.
Mm. Yeah.
It's
Let's not do that
terrifying.
then.
So don't do that.
Don't do that. Just get a little spray tan. You'll be fine.
Yeah, meal spray tan.
That's it, really.
I would say plan your jewelry. So
That's a good one.
one thing that so before my wedding, I didn't really wear earrings. I had my ears pierced. I
Hmm.
just could never really be bothered, to be honest, and then I'd lose them, and none of them were really worth any money, so I just lost them and have to buy new ones. That kind of vibe. So I decided to. Oh, I thought, oh, I'd quite like to wear some gold hoops on my handy. Re-pierced my ear. I had to re-pierce.
Mm.
That was 2 weeks before the wedding, so I was panicking that it was going to be like all bloody and like gaggy, and I was wearing like these very small diamond earrings. So prep new jewelry.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And if you've got nose piercings and you
I took
potentially don't want to wear it, you're gonna have to take it out a bit before, so it has a little bit of chance, just it's not so gaping.
I took mine out a year in advance, and it wasn't long enough.
Oh, okay.
I think you can still see the hole now.
Well, you would always be able to see it, but it shrinks a little bit, doesn't it? Sort of.
Yeah, it just didn't shrink as much as I was hoping for.
Okay.
So I may as well just have my nose ring in. Not
Yeah.
ring, but teeny tiny little something. I didn't want that. I wanted timeless bride looks. Not that there's anything wrong with a nose ring. It would have looked fine if I'd kept it in. I think people noticed more that I hadn't got it in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, you're not wearing your nose piercing. It's just a gaping hole inside of my nose.
Yeah. That'd be another one to not just the hole, but the and you can cover it with makeup with the suntan. If you've got like quite a big stud in your nose and you
Mm.
decide to take it out, you might have a shape in your
Hmm.
nose of the sun. But likely, actually, the makeup will cover that up. So just
Mm.
ignore that because that wasn't very helpful at all.
Um, I think that's it. Tattoo removal. So if you decide to do that, so if you had,
Oh,
like a tramp stamp, do they call it?
yeah, at the lower back.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason that's on show at your wedding and you want to get that removed, you need at least 10 months for that.
Yeah, neck tattoos. Oh, neck and wrist.
Yeah, if you got like your best friend's name tattooed in bubble writing from school when you're 15, that takes a while. That's not a this summer kind of thing. But you can get
Mhm.
really good makeup to cover that specifically covers up tattoos. So, makeup artists in the movies use it. So
Yeah.
Anything else then?
Not anything that's out of the ordinary. Obviously, if you're getting married this summer, now is the time that you're starting to do all your final detail meetings and stuff with your suppliers and stuff. So just make, if you haven't started to hear from them, just touch base with them. Because also if you've changed your ideas on a few things, you do need to let your suppliers know. So because they'll be starting to prep. So florists will be starting to finalize pre-orders and that type of thing. So you need to let them know if you've changed your ideas, or if you've all of a sudden got an extra table or a new bridesmaid, or all of
Hmm.
them things that are absolutely okay to start making decisions on, but you need to keep all your suppliers
Informed.
informed of them changes.
I would also say that if your wedding is this summer, you're also probably going through the panic of, did I choose the right colour scheme? Do I actually want this decor now?
Yeah,
And I think it gets to a point where you have to just keep that decision as it is. And that's that. Most suppliers tend to take your consultation, higher terms and agreements as what's the plan is.
yeah,
So if you are changing your mind, I don't know how would we deal with it if so we have a wedding on the 14th of June. If our client was to come to us and say we're actually now going to change the entire colour scheme, I think I'd start to panic because we haven't planned for that. That's in a week and a half, just
yeah,
under 2 weeks. We already know what we've got. We've sourced everything extra that we need. We're making sure that all the bits and pieces arrive at the latest tomorrow.
yeah. So it would now, if they decided that they wanted to add turquoise to their color scheme, we would have to go and change orders that we've made
Hmm.
and get more stuff. So there would probably be a conversation about, is this possible or not?
Yeah, no, for the 14th. But
Yeah, if you're listening.
I mean, we've tried to make it work, but
Well, we get
he's an organised bride, so I'm not worried about that.
we would make it work, but it's not ideal,
No.
and you might not end up with the full vision that you're looking for because there's just not enough time to deliver it,
Hmm.
especially if you're having fresh flowers and stuff. They're quite short notice is not easy.
And also make sure that you're making those changes for you, not because somebody's like, oh, I wasn't expecting you to go with that. Or, oh, I didn't think you'd have that as your starter. Don't listen to those
Yeah,
people because it's not their wedding. It's your
yeah,
wedding. And if you want that as your starter, or if you want those flowers, or if that's what colour you want your bridesmaids to wear, that's what's happening.
yeah.
Don't ask. Just tell them, I don't want to hear your opinion. I don't want to hear it. No, thank you.
That's not what I need to hear right now. Thank
No,
you.
absolutely not.
But also, if you're waking up worrying about something and you've got a supplier that's there helping you deliver it, just reach out to them.
Hmm.
Because all the worst that they can say is no, it's too late because you're getting
Hmm.
married tomorrow.
And that's
But
also decision made.
at least you'll know, then you'll know where you stand. But if
Hmm.
you're a couple of months out and you've decided, if we take it on ours, that they'd rather not have a big arch piece, floral arrangement, they'd rather fabric on there. I mean, you can't just reach out to your suppliers and say, oh, actually, I think I've decided that I don't want round tables, I want trestle tables. It's like,
Hmm.
it can be all worked out.
Yeah,
But there does become a limit of time, and it's probably about 3 to 4 weeks before where
yeah,
them kind of decisions are harder to achieve.
I'd say so too. Um, Good place to end.
Yes, thanks.
So next week is our last episode of this season. I'm
I
sorry
feel
it's taken us 3 extra weeks to get there.
I feel really cheeky saying that. We've already just had a break, and we're going to end the season next week.
But it's all about, we're going to be talking about this season's highlights. So something happens quite a lot actually with me. I'm not sure if it happens to you, but people that I know that listen to the podcast that are maybe a few episodes behind what we've recorded that week come up to me and say, "Oh my God," and then quote what I've said. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like this week's episode. What? Do you not remember saying that? No. Apparently, a few episodes ago, I was talking about a woman's hymen. No
I don't,
recollection of that.
I don't remember that either.
Well, it happened because somebody told me about it. I was like, I never said that.
I
Yeah, you
think I
did.
think I think what happens, Jen, is I'm gonna call this our podcast studio. And we both like look at each other through the screen, but we've both got cushions to protect the sound and everything. So we're in our podcast studio, and once we're in here, we're in a little bubble, and then we leave it, and then you do a bit of editing,
Yeah,
and then we sort of forget about it
yeah. Then it's
until
not
people
there.
start telling us about all the things that we said, and then we're like, really? Oh no.
Ian even said to me the other day because the podcast he was listening to, he was up to date with the episode. So then it goes on to his next one, and he was like, "Oh, he literally just texted me something that I'd said with crying, laughing faces." I was like, "What?" Because I saw this on the podcast. I was like, "What podcast?" The I Do Crew podcast.
Your
And
podcast.
you said this. No
I
recollection.
did.
So we need your help to discuss this season's highlights because we can't remember.
Yeah, so if we'll put a little thing on the story, shall we? And you can type in some of the moments where we made you cringe, laugh, cry, freak out, think, oh my God, these two are absolutely mental. Any strong emotion,
Yeah.
let us know what it was, and we'll go through a couple and um
I
react
really have. I
react
have
to
two
them.
of mine because I remember two very clear ones.
So yeah, can't remember. I can't remember what I did yesterday. So
So yours are going to be a surprise next week.
yeah, just
Your
embarrassing.
homework is to watch all 18 episodes of this season, so you have your highlights for next week.
Yeah. My cringy moments is getting the stills of us and putting them on our
Oh, I love that.
funny stills of where we're putting funny faces at each other.
Yeah.
Great.
But until then, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
You've been listening to the I Do Crew podcast with Jen and Emma. Keep up to date with our podcast news by following our I Do Crew podcast Instagram account. Thanks for listening.